Good evening, everyone. This is the draw for the first round of the Hatfield Cup, and I'll confess straight away, I did record this, as you can see, as me talking, but I didn't unmute the microphone, so I'm going to be talking over this, so you can see what happened. So essentially, what we're doing is, Hatfield Cup, I'm doing the draw now because the first round matches are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. We've got 34 players in this, so everyone's going to be split completely in half after the first round. Winners stay in the Hatfield Cup, losers go into the Challenge Trophy. There will be one prelim match for each of them after that to get it down to the 16 that we need to carry on progressing through fully. So, what I've done here, everyone's name is on this wheel, and essentially, we'll click spin, it will whiz around, it'll find the first person, that is the first person that will be in the draw. Spin, they get removed, spin it again, whoever it comes up with, that is their opponent. Rinse, repeat, keep going through until we've got all of the matches. I have no idea what I'm talking about now, because I managed to mess this up quite spectacularly. So, all I can say is, yeah, what we're going to do is, well, we're doing it this way, doing it over a few nights, because an issue we had last year was we had about 8 matches at cons on the same night, which obviously isn't good. But as you can see, the draw has started. This is just the recording of it from earlier. And as you can see, Tony Norman is the first one out of the hat. So Tony goes into match 1. We spin again for his opponent. And we come up to John Foster. So we have an all cons match for the first match, Tony Norman versus John Foster. I'm going to write down here as well the venues so that I know how many we've actually got, and I can arrange them on the dates as well. So I'm looking at this knowing what's happened already. But we've got Andy Hill, so we've got one at Blimmill. And Andy is up against Grant Houghton. So Andy Hill versus Grant Houghton is match number 2, and that is at Blimmill. Spin around again. Obviously, I'm not actually doing this now. I'm still talking over my recording. But we've got Simon Towell. So we have another match at the Cons Club, and he comes up against, from Kenny's A, Mick Fox. So match 3, Simon Towell versus Mick Fox at the Cons Club. Match number 4, spoiler, it's a juicy one. Match number 4, we have Rob Warne, defending champion. So this match will be at the Institute, and Rob Warne's opponent, I say it's a juicy one because it's Mark Billingsley from Universal. So match number 4, reigning champion Rob Warne versus Mark Billingsley, and that is at the Institute. I believe that is the only Institute match because Rob is the only Institute player in this. Match number 5, we have Leon Delaney from Derrington. So that's the first match so far at Derrington. And he's up against Oliver Kelly, also of Derrington. So we have a Derrington derby in Leon Delaney and Oliver Kelly. And that is going to be, as I say, at Derrington. Match number 6, we just about trickle through to Steve Harvey of the Universal. So the first match at the Universal Club, who are now down to 2 tables. And he is up against fellow Universal player Bob Johnson. Different teams, still Universal derby. Steve Harvey versus Bob Johnson. Match number 7, we have A.D. Hughes. So the first match at Kenny's, as Perkins has unfortunately closed down. Both the Perkins teams have moved to Kenny's now. So A.D. Hughes playing at Kenny's against Dylan Sheriff of Universal. So match number 7, AD Hughes versus Dylan Sheriff at Kenny's Sports Bar. Match number 8, almost halfway through the draw, we have Owen Hughes, which is the second Blimmill match. And Owen is up against Dan Scott of the Cons Club. So match number 8, Owen Hughes versus Dan Scott at Blimmill. Match number 9, we have swing around to Paul Weatherer, which is going to be Woods Eves. That's the first match there. And Paul's opponent in this match is current Division 1 divisional knockout champion Darren Berry. So Paul Weatherer versus Darren Berry at Woods Eves. Match number 10, we have James Halpin at Bradley House, which is the first match there. I think, yes, the first match there. And so Jim is up against, does it trickle around? It just about gets through to Stan Meddings. So match number 10, James Halpin versus Stan Meddings at Bradley House. Match number 11, we spin around and we come up against Andy Crossley, a second Derrington match. And Andy is up against fellow Derrington player Kevin Leonard. So match 11, Andy Crossley versus Kevin Leonard. Match number 12. So we've got 12 more names left. Match number 12, we have Jamie Owens. So again, another Derrington match. So it's 3 there on a single table. So they'll have some split over a few nights. So Jamie is up against myself. So another Derrington match. Match number 12, Jamie Owens versus myself at Derrington. Match number 13. We have Mick Holmes at the Cons Club. So that's the third one at the Cons Club. So these will be split as well. And Mick is up against Ray Spurway from the Universal. So match number 13, Mick Holmes versus Ray Spurway at the Cons Club. Match number 14, down to the last 8 now. Match number 14 is Pete Randall, another Cons match. So there's 4 matches at the Cons, so obviously these are going to be split across multiple nights. So Pete Randall is against Neil Fairbrother. So Pete Randall versus Neil Fairbrother at the Cons Club. Down to the last 3. Match number 15. We have Alan Mason at Kenny's, which is the second one there. And Alan is up against Jeff Greaves from Bradley House. So match 15, Alan Mason versus Jeff Greaves at Kenny's Sports Bar. Match number 16, down to the last 2 here. We have Dan Bott. So this is the 4th Derrington match as well. So obviously these are definitely going to be split. So Dan Bott is against Andy Ford. So Dan Bott versus Andy Ford at Derrington. So now I know the last match is Neil Johnson versus Steve Rogers. It's a case of who's playing at home. And it is Neil Johnson. So that is 5 matches at the Cons Club. So they will, as I said, they can be split over multiple nights. So it'll be Neil Johnson versus Steve Rogers at the Cons Club. Fixtures will be put on the website shortly, and good luck to everyone involved.